Hey there. You know, it occurred to me, I'm sitting here in between tutoring appointments, and I'm looking at the dashboard of my car here, and it made me remember, or made me realize, that we're in the middle of a place value series, different videos talking about different concepts of place value, different terms, how to write numbers in certain types of forms using place value, so on and so forth, right? Well, I'm looking here at my dashboard, and I see something that's so obvious that it ties into what we're talking about. And I'm going to turn this around, bear with me, and hopefully you can see it's not too shaky. Okay, you see that red line? That's a red needle. That's part of my speedometer. That tells me how fast the car is going. I don't know if you could see or not, but that needle is currently at 0, which means I am not driving. I'm going 0 miles an hour. I'm not driving while I'm making this video. You know, like they say, never use your phone while you're driving. So I'm not, just so you know. However, underneath that red needle, you see the 3 letters ODO. Now, what does ODO stand for? That stands for the word odometer. What's an odometer? An odometer is a device that tells you how many miles your car has gone in its history. Okay, how many miles this car has driven or ridden in its history. And you'll notice underneath those letters there is a 5-digit number. Now, what's missing from that 5-digit number? Well, remember, we talked about thousands last time, and what do we talk about with those thousands? Yes, the good old comma. We don't see a comma there. Why is that? Because when they make these digital devices, and I'm not just talking about odometers, I'm talking about calculators, things like that, a lot of times you don't see a space for a comma. It's very rare. So we're going to have to use our imagination and figure out where that comma would be. So we're going to go from right to left to see how many miles this car has ridden in its history. Right to left. So we got to start with the 1's digit on the right. That's a 2. Then the 10's digit, of course, is a 5. So that would be a 50. That's not a 5. That's a 50. The other 2 to the left of that is a 200. Remember, after every 3 digits, there goes your comma. So the comma would be before that 2. But after the next digit to the left, which is the 8, which means that would be the 8,000s. That 8's in the thousands place. And finally, to the left of that is a 6 in the 10,000 column. Okay? Remember, HTO, right? The 10,000 column is the 6. So how would we read this number? Well, remember, if the comma is supposed to be between the 6 and the 8, and by the way, if you want to write this number down and just stick that comma between the 8 and the 2, that might help you. We say everything to the left of the comma first, then everything to the right of it next. So remember, if the comma is between the 8 and the 2, and the comma reminds us to say what word? 1,000, we would say 68, comma means 1,000, and then after that would be 252. 68,252. Okay, so this car has ridden 68,252 miles, most of which were driven by me because I bought this used. Didn't have quite as many miles when I got it, but now it's at 68,252 miles on the odometer. If you look to the right of that, I don't know if you can see it or not, it says outside temperature 93 degrees Fahrenheit, and that 9, of course, is in the 10s column. That 3 is in the 1s column. So that'd be 90 plus 3 if you were doing expanded form. If you were doing the odometer number in expanded form, 60,000 plus 8,000 plus 200 plus 50 plus 2. You could practice writing that down. Remember, the zeros go down as you go with the plus signs. So once again, 68,252 miles on this odometer, on this car. That's how you say it. And the reason why I'm showing you this today is because I wanted to make a point that math is all around you. It's not just in school. It's not just on my videos. It's not just in your book. It's in real life situations just like this. Okay? All over. So you have an opportunity all the time to read numbers, read them correctly, figure out how to write them other ways, learn your place value, things like that. Just wanted to tell you that. All right? Talk to you later.